Welcome, students of Qigong. This is going to be the first of several videos that we're going to make for electronic classes, Qigong classes. And what we're going to do is to help organize and make it simple for you. We're going to use 5-element theory and follow that. It gives us categories into which we can put these techniques so you know what you're doing. In 5-element theory, the organs are connected to each of the elements. In other words, the first element we're going to talk about is metal, and that would connect to the lungs. Second element is water, that would connect to the kidneys. Third element would be wood, and that would connect to the liver. The next element would be fire, connected to the heart. And the last of the 5 elements would be earth, connected to the spleen. So what we're going to do is do a couple of exercises that follow or go along with each element. The first element that we're going to use is the metal element. That has to do with the lungs. That has to do with breathing. So what we're going to do is give you 2 breathing exercises to start your home video class. The breath is an excellent place to start. This is where we bring in our first source of energy, Qi, right from the air. And how we breathe makes a tremendous difference in how we feel, both physically and emotionally. So here is the first technique. Well, as I said, we'll do 2 of each. Normal abdominal breathing. Most of you know this technique. What we're going to do is breathe into the belly as if the belly were like a balloon that we fill up and then slowly deflate. Your breath should be long, slow, deep, soft, and continuous. As with all the exercises that I'm going to show you, you should have the feeling that you could do it all morning long. If you have the feeling, when am I going to stop? When is John going to stop? Then you need to take a look at where are you holding tightness. Normal abdominal breathing. Breathing into the belly. The abdomen goes down. Diaphragm goes down, excuse me. Pressing on the lower organs, especially the adrenal gland on top of the kidneys. We fill up the lower lobes of the lungs, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is sometimes called the relaxation response. The whole body begins to settle down. And as you do this, you'll feel more physical calmness. If you like, you can even extend this, make it a little stronger by exhaling a little bit longer. The second metal technique that we're going to use, another breathing exercise, is simply called heart to the sky. This is going to use the whole lung. What we're going to do is take our hands into prayer position, put them right at the heart place. We're going to bring them out, open up, and lean back, putting the heart to the sky. And then come back on your exhale. So inhale, open up the whole lung cavity, and exhale. Notice that I place the heart to the sky, and then I come down. It's almost as if I'm placing it to the earth. In doing so, I'm exercising the spine as well as the lung cavity. Long, slow, deep breathing. Practice which we often do and recommend is almost after each exercise, you can close the eyes and go inside. and feel the energy. Feel the energy difference having done that exercise. Feel the sensations, feel the warmth, feel the buzziness. Become familiar with the energy that's changing and shifting on the inside of your body with each exercise. Those are 2 mental exercises. Now what we're going to do is some warm-up exercises. This is to get the fluids in our body to start to move, to warm up the body, to prepare it for those softer, longer Qigong exercises, which we're going to do in a moment. So the first warm-up exercise that we're going to do is hip circles. Hands on the hips, and we make these very gentle circles. Try to make your circles nice and circular, not ovals. And a cardinal rule, which many of you know, energy goes where your attention goes. So keep your attention on the part of the body that you're moving, in this case, the hips. If your mind tends to wander, give that area a gold color. This will tend to hold the mind a little bit better. Feel the body as you move. Movement will bring the blood. Your attention brings the qi, or internal energy. The 2 are very healing. Very good for the part of the body that you're working on. Your breath should be soft, smooth, and easy. Other way. Come to stillness, and again, just relax, hands at the side, close the eyes, and go inside and feel the energy inside. Feel the energy in your hips, feel the energy throughout your body. The second fire exercise, as we're calling them, the warm-up exercises, is going to have to do with the upper part of the body. We're going to work on the shoulders. This area is an excellent place to practice and do your Qigong, in that this part of the body tends to gather stress. We tend to tighten up here more than other parts of the body. So working this part of the body slowly and softly is a great way of relieving that tightness. What we're going to do is simply roll the shoulders back, up and back. You can breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you go down. Your shoulder rolls should be soft, easy. Do in a relaxed fashion or way. You can even release a little more tension by using what they call the heart sound, which is like a deep sigh on your exhale. So listen as I do it, and you'll understand if you haven't done it before. There's a tremendous release when you do this. Good. Relax and go the other way now. Breathe in, coming up, roll forward. Again, you can use that heart sound to release even more tension. And come to stillness. Again, go inside and relax. Feel the energy. Let's now move to stretching exercises. Again, we'll do 2. These would be assigned to the wood element. So Stretching has a very important role in Qigong because it tends to allow the channels through which energy travels in our body, those channels begin to dilate or open up, allowing more energy to flow more freely. Stretching also opens up the joints, and the joints are areas where this energy can get stuck. And so we want to keep everything moving. One of the key benefits of Qigong is that we allow the energy in our body to continually move, keeping every system in the body working well. So the first stretching exercise, the first wood exercise, is going to be called the flow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clasp my hands together, come up, turn my hands up, and stretch, stretch, stretch up on tiptoes. Hinge down at the waist. Come up, breathing in, turn the hands, breathe out. Stretch. Bring the hands down close to the head, stretch to one side. Breathe in, coming back, breathe out. Stretch up again, tiptoes, on down, go off to the side, stretch back. We're stretching the spinal cord, we're stretching the whole body, but in a very gentle way. Stretch. Come up in the center, stretch, up on tiptoes one more time. Bring the hands down slowly. Again, go inside, feel the energy on the inside of your body. The second stretching exercise, the second wood exercise, is called picking cherries. You want to stand a little bit wider because you want to be nice and stable. Hands now are just a little bit above your head. What we're going to do is we're going to bend the knees a little bit. One hand goes up and stretches, the other hand stays where it is. Stretch. You're picking the best cherries. Come down, other hand, you're going to alternate. Stretch. And notice as you do this, the tremendous stretch you get on the side of the body. In my case, I'm stretching my right hand. It's a great stretch for the liver. When I stretch my left hand, it's a great stretch for the stomach and the spleen. Stretch. Pick the cherries. Pick the cherries. Good. And relax down. Close the eyes and feel the energy. Now, having warmed up, that is to say, we brought energy in through our breathing, we've opened up the lung cavity and so forth, we have warmed the body up, and we have stretched the body, opened up the meridians and the joints. Now what we want to do are these special exercises in Qigong, the flowing exercises. Key to these exercises is that they are soft, flowing, a minimal use of muscular tension, much more use of tendon power, soft flowing movement. Muscular tension will stop the flow of energy. If we can exercise, this is one of the great secrets of Chinese Qigong from the masters, if we can exercise without tightening, we can work on the body and allow the energy to flow at the same time. Tremendous amount of benefit comes from that. All right. So now this one, we're going to work on different organs. We're going to work, again, each of the exercises that we do now follows a 5-element in the same way that the stretching and the breathing and the warm-ups did. So the first of these, this is, by the way, is called the Buddhist 5. It's called the Buddhist 5. The first of these exercises is, what we're going to do is We're going to lift as if we're lifting up water. Turn our hands and up and back down. Notice how soft it is. It's not stretching. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice that my hands are now coming, those two very important points in our palms, called these gates, go right by the lungs as they go down. We'll do this a few times. We're going to go into a standing pose for this exercise. Standing poses are wonderful ways to allow the energy to circulate in the body. We line the body up. We allow those energy lines to straighten, and we become completely still, letting the energy flow by itself. So in this particular stance for the lungs, what we're going to do is hold our hands out in front as if we're holding a pillow. Notice that those special pericardium points are now facing the lungs. Our knees are slightly bent. The sacrum is slightly tucked in. Chin is back. The crown of the head is facing straight up. Just close the eyes and put the attention on the lung area. Down. Good. Let's go to the second exercise. This is a water exercise, and this is going to be for the kidneys. And it's called the fountain, and you can see why as I start to do it. The first thing I want you to do is to bend forward just a little bit, because I want the kidney area, which is in the back, high up in the back here. I want that to extend out a little bit. Bring the back of your hands together, almost as if the first finger were tracing the inside of your leg, through which it's where that kidney line runs, up to the clavicle area, and then out. But this is a very gentle flowing movement. Breathing in, breathe out. It's so soft, you should be able to do this all day long. Feel the energy on the inside. Feel an energy coming up the body and open up like a fountain. And also put your attention on the kidneys. It's very good for the kidneys. Now, what we're going to do for this stance, I want your hands behind you with the palms, center of the palm, facing the kidneys. You can lean forward a little bit, close the eyes, put your attention on the kidney area, and just be still. Good. There's a nice analogy about standing poses that I like to tell. Think of Qigong exercises, the warm-up exercises and the stretching exercises, as the making of tea. The standing poses are like the steeping of the tea. Very important. Okay, the next exercise is going to be for the liver on your right side. This is for the wood element. And this particular exercise is called tree swaying. So I'm going to turn to the side as if I'm lifting a ball up over the head, turn to the front, and then the hands cascade down. The breathing is a little special on this one. Suspend the breath as I'm shifting. Breathe in. Suspend the breath. Come center. Breathe out. Like a tree. Breathe in. Suspend. Breathe out. As if we're pulling up energy through the body and up to the crown point and let it cascade all around us. Good. Come to stillness. Place your hands as if you're hugging a tree. Hands should be at chest level. Close the eyes and go inside and feel the effect of that exercise. Try to relax the body, relax your shoulders. Just have a feeling of letting go. And the next exercise is for the heart. This is going to be a fire exercise. And it's actually a movement that comes from Tai Chi. It's called waving hands like clouds. What we're going to do is just take one hand and bring it across the chest area, across the heart. The other hand is going to sweep underneath. When I get to the side, I simply shift hands. Now the other hand sweeps across the heart, shift, sweeps across the heart. Keep your attention on the heart area as you do this. You can breathe in the shift, breathe out as you come across. Parting clouds. Standing pose, we're going to bring the hands up, put the palms to the sky, a little bit above your head, as if you're holding an urn. Bend the knees slightly. You can look up a little bit. Hold that urn and let the body relax. The more you relax, the easier it is going to be to hold a stance, and the longer you can stay in it. Here we're doing it just for a few moments. Bring the hands down. The next exercise is of the earth element, has to do with the spleen on your left side. The spleen is a smaller organ, a little tucked in there a little bit more. So we're going to do an exercise called Pebble in the Pond. Now this exercise, your feet are wider now. Hands at the waist, they're going to go out, as if going out across a pond. Gathering, pulling in. Imagine you have a pond in front of you, your hands are going out and picking up on golden sunlight that's sparkling on the pond. So you're going to gather it, pull it in. Breathe out, going out. And as you gather and pull in, breathe in. Do this one more time. The stance for the spleen, for this earth element, hands are straight out, but you want the palms perfectly flat to the floor, to the earth, so there's a little bit of a bend. You hold your hands like this. Close the eyes, relax the shoulders, relax the body. Feel the energy of earth. Hands come down. We're going to do one more element, one more technique we're going to bring in, and that's called the triple warmer. What we're going to do is we're going to gather heaven energy, and then we're going to bring it down through the body. See if you can feel energy that you've gathered, and feel it coming down through the body with your hands. Let that feeling fill up every cell. Breathe in and breathe out as it's coming down. Now come into a standing pose where you're simply standing still, shoulder width apart, eyes closed. Just relax. We will finish this particular session with two exercises, two closing exercises. One is circling the hands on the belly. This is a great storing exercise. Any energy that we've picked up, we don't want it to dissipate. This will allow it to stay with us. Notice that I am going clockwise. Up on the right, down on the left. Now bring your feet together, keep your hands on the belly, close the eyes, and completely relax, especially your legs, and let the energy do what it wants to do. Your body may want to bob or weave, that's okay. Keep the integrity of your balance. This is called bamboo in the wind. Good. And that's the end of our first session.